In The Sixth Sense, does the kid know,
spoiler alert,
that Bruce Willis is dead the whole time? Yes, he does. Right? Okay, pull up the scene where Cole comes home and Malcolm's sitting with the mom. Right, and it looks like they were talking, right? But they weren't. And then she leaves, and despite Malcolm's questions, Cole doesn't say a single word.
Don't feel like talking today?
It's brilliant, because at first you think he's just a kid who doesn't trust his new doctor. But once we know that Malcolm is dead, we realize the real reason. Because he doesn't want his mom to hear him talking to ghosts in the living room. See? Not a damn
We're supposed to draw a picture. Anything we wanted.
Wait.
I drew a man.
Stop.
Got hurt in the neck by another man with
Shut
a
up.
screwdriver.
Okay, let's look at the evidence. We'll tally up all the points for the theory that he knows, and all the points for the theory that he doesn't know, and we'll get to the bottom of this. Exhibit A. Cole sees Malcolm for the first time and is all like, because he assumes he's a ghost, right? So that's 1 point for he knows Malcolm is dead. Exhibit B. Sorry. Malcolm catches up to Cole at the church, and Cole talks to him. But Cole's scared of ghosts, so why would he talk to him? Okay, well, I guess 1 point for he doesn't know he's a ghost. But wait, we learn later on that his grandma comes to visit him, and he ain't scared of her, presumably. So there is precedent for him trusting certain ghosts. I'll give that a half point for he knows he's dead. Yeah, we're doing halves. Exhibit C.
We were supposed to meet today, but I missed our appointment.
He would have known if there was a real appointment, right? Throw in another half point for he knows. And there's other moments in this scene that could go either way. Like for instance, Cole asks,
Are you a good doctor?
which could just mean exactly what it sounds like. But the subtext could be, are you a good ghost? Then Cole ends the conversation with,
I'm gonna see you again, right?
If that's okay with you.
which again could mean exactly what it sounds like, that he believes Malcolm is his therapist, but it could have a different meaning with an entirely different tone, which is, you're not gonna leave me alone, are you? You're gonna keep haunting me.
I'm gonna see you again, right?
If that's okay with you.
Because then Cole leaves exasperated. Those are more conjectures, so we'll leave it as is, but food for thought. Exhibit D, the scene in the living room. As Cole steps forward, he stays quiet, so that's a point for knows. But as he steps back, he speaks up, so that's a point for doesn't know. It's like this scene is the very manifestation
Danny,
of this
next
quandary.
thing.
Okay, yep. Exhibit E, Cole and Malcolm walk down the sidewalk. Cole and Malcolm never meet at like an office. Malcolm just kind of ends up places. And at no point would Cole have said to his mom, hey mom, Dr. Malcolm walked me to school today. Who the fuck is Dr. Malcolm? Yeah, you know, my therapist, Dr. Malcolm. I'm sorry? Point for nose. Exhibit F. Malcolm visits Cole in the hospital and Cole asks,
Tell me a story about why you're sad.
You think I'm sad?
and Cole feeds in this bullshit line about,
Your eyes told me.
but maybe it's because Cole already knows what all ghosts want.
Just help.
Then, I'll give that a tiny point for nose.
So like half a point?
Yeah, sure. And then the line that became the guidepost for years to come of how to spoil your movie's best line in the trailer.
This summer, everything you believe about this world and the next will be changed by 4 words.
I see dead people.
The Sixth Sense.
He says that and this.
They don't know they're dead.
And this.
How often do you see them?
All the time.
The way they cut this scene together is definitely suspicious once you know that he's dead. And when I watched this movie with my buddy who'd never seen it, he thought this scene was revealing that Malcolm was dead. I'll say another tiny point for that, so 2 tiny points in total.
So a point?
Yeah, why not? Plus, he says,
You won't tell anyone my secret, right?
and he also just said,
We don't see each other.
who the fuck is he gonna tell? Could be damning, but could also just be a plot hole, so another half point for doesn't know. Exhibit G, Cole explains what it feels like when dead people get near you. So why would you say that to a ghost? Could be a plot hole, so another tiny point for doesn't know. Exhibit H, Cole and Malcolm visit the dead girl's funeral, and Cole hits him with one of these.
Don't go home, okay?
Pretty straightforward. I mean, despite how obvious it may be that Malcolm is not going to leave a child alone in another town, the kid's scared and he says it just to make sure. But what if he knew that Malcolm could have just, you know, ghosted him? Like we said before, Malcolm just shows up places. The same way he ended up here, he could just as easily.
Don't go home, okay?
I definitely won't.
Could go either way, so tiny point for knows and doesn't know. Exhibit I. So does Cole at least know by the end of the movie? At the end of the play, Cole suggests to Malcolm that he could talk to his wife while she sleeps.
Then she'll listen to you and she won't even know it.
Because Cole knows how, like, ghost shit works. That she'll hear him because she's on, like, a plane of consciousness that's closer to his, right? Is that what? And him knowing this trick, I would say, is a big point for knows. Wait a second, play that again.
I got an idea how you can talk to your wife. Wait till she's asleep.
The plot doth thicken. This line is ADR, aka re-recording dialogue after the movie has been shot, and in this case, dialogue that wasn't there to begin with. How do I know that was ADR? Bro, my ADR is honed. The way his mouth doesn't face the camera, the slightly different recording quality, not to mention the fact that Malcolm never actually directly responds to this line. Not convinced? Take a look-see at this ski. The setting of this scene was different in the script, but sure enough, does not feature this line. So we have to operate under the assumption that he was never supposed to say that. I mean, it was in the movie ultimately, but I'm gonna have to demote that point to Tiny. Exhibit J. Malcolm learns the truth and discovers that his bullet wound was there the whole time. And Cole could see that. I mean, we couldn't see it because Malcolm believed it wasn't there. He sees what he wants to see, and we see the movie through his eyes. So. Wait. I only just realized that his wound is hidden the entire time. From us and Cole. The bullet goes in and no blood comes out that side. Then the back is where all the blood comes out, but that side is always hidden by his jacket. Or this sweater? Well, he threw it off before he died. Which, not really fair that he's allowed to wardrobe swap as he pleases, while meanwhile these poor bastards are hanging around in their nooses all day long, and pukey Priscilla over here is forced to throw up her mom's shitty cooking for all eternity. But you're not Bruce Willis, so get fucked! So that was a big point for Nose, but the fact that they specifically orchestrated it so that the wound could not be seen makes it a big old point for don't know shit. So what are we up to? Because this isn't real.
6 points for he knows, and 4.5 points for he doesn't. 4 big points and 1 tiny point for doesn't know.
So he knows. Or we still have no idea, because what is any of this? Thank you so much to all my patrons and members. We'll see you in the next one. Let's examine the evidence. Wait. Wait, hold on. Okay, go.